If you were born into a Catholic family, it was different than being a convert. If you were born into it, that priest was next to God. And you saw it that way. And for him to even come in our life was very, very, very awesome. The girls were very, very outgoing, very easily to be noticed by anybody, very friendly, very loving, always eager to help people. And that's how we met Father. He came to the school, which was right across the alley from his rectory, and asked for a volunteer for the rectory. And the first one to put up her hand was Laura.
I met him first. I was in 5th grade, and our grandfather had just passed away a couple months before that, and he came into my 5th grade class looking for volunteers to help with jobs around the rectory. And so I quickly raised my hand. He reminded me of my grandfather. And so I quickly raised my hand and volunteered. You know, I was always looking to do good deeds and stand out in that way. And then it became that he asked if, you know, my sisters wanted to help and count the collection on Sunday. And he would give us money to do it. And so I was like, yes. So we all started to go every Sunday. I mean, we went to church faithfully Sunday anyway. My parents made sure that we were there, and we walked to you know, church every day, just as we walked to school. And so we just started counting the collection, and that was my first experience with him.
The grooming is, it's a hard thing for some people to understand, but in hindsight, I can look back. I was the oldest one, and I realized later in life, when I realized that I was sexually abused by him, that he used me, he used Laura, he used the older ones to groom the younger ones. His grooming tactics were genius. They really were. He was very intelligent pedophile, because what he would do is he would do things to me in front of them that then when they were alone and he would go further, in their minds they're thinking it was okay because he did these things to Patty. And I mean, I have so many examples, but one example that I just really remember is he was very big on education with us, and I say education. And he was constantly teaching us about the human body, development of the human body, the form of the human body. I remember him talking about an erect penis, what that was, you know, what that looks like and what happens with it. And I remember you guys being there.
Yeah, I remember.
And watching TV and like, but they looking over, seeing me, I'm their older sister, 13, being shown these naked pictures, and he used statues a lot. He had a lot of statues from Italy, and they were all naked, and he always talked about the artwork and things. He would say every time, now if you're having dirty thoughts while you're looking at these, that would mean that that's sinful. That's sinful, that's sin in your heart. Because this is God's creation, this is beautiful, this is art, this is not something that's dirty. So he would turn it on you. As a 13-year-old, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm having all these thoughts. And he would turn that on you and make you feel like you were doing something wrong. So I never told anybody. And he never told me not to. I don't ever remember him telling me not to, but he was so genius at how he did it that I know that I never told anybody.
For me, the word he always used with me was squeamish. And he used it in a way that it made me feel bad that I was squeamish, like that I was insecure about what he was saying. Right. And I remember in particular, he was talking to me about, I never heard the word, but he talked to me about what a hymen was, and then a chastity belt, what that was. And I think he could probably almost tell how uncomfortable I was, that he would always say, "Oh, you're being so squeamish. You know, Laura's squeamish," and that kind of made me mad in a way. It made me not want to be squeamish for some reason, but that was the label that he put on me.
I think it was just normal for me. I mean, it's really all I know. I don't ever. I don't ever remember ever seeing my dad in underwear, let alone naked, but I remember him always in his underwear. White underwear with a blue ring around the top. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of my norm. You know, for me, I was too young to even talk, let alone tell somebody something was happening to me. Right. So, I don't know. So grooming, I guess I wasn't really groomed. I was just, I don't know, even know what the word would be. I was just abused. When you grow up in a Catholic church, in a Catholic family, in a Catholic town, in the Catholic culture, it's part of who you are. So you don't even question that the priest is doing anything wrong, even when he's educating you or touching you or kissing you. You know, it's not even a question that comes to your mind until a long time later when you start putting the pieces together. If you do, some people don't even ever put it together.